Welcome back to Fish Tank. My name's docbe.
I'm MTJester. We're playing I've swapped
I've swapped
Friendsim.
Friendsim, Volume 6.
Volume 6. This time we got Cuprum and Follicle.
Okay, that
I
should be
think that's how
interesting.
you say that, right? Follicle? Like hair
That's the best
follicle?
guess I have.
Anyway, this is what we're doing. And you're gonna do the weird voices, right?
Gremlin voices. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do with that.
I don't know, you figure it out.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Wandering deeper into the city, you wash up on the shores of what looks like a rougher part of town. Comparatively, everything about Alternia is rough, but down here the streets get narrower, dingier. There's not a third. The buildings are run down. That kind of threw me off. Street lights flicker, and the patrolling drones look less inclined to serve and protect and more likely to shoot you and claim it was self-defense.
I
Another
think that's
little
a political
social.
statement. Yeah.
You haven't seen any tracks, but if you had, this place would definitely be on the wrong side of them. Again, emphatically, you don't know what you're talking about. Everything you know has been gleaned from exceedingly painful trial by fire. But this looks like the sort of place no one cares about except the people who live there. A noisy group of trolls spills onto the street up ahead, and you quickly duck behind a row of garbage cans. You have recently become gun-shy around groups, especially since most of these guys look fancy and are wearing symbols in varying shades of blue. Not to generalize, but blue bloods are starting to freak you out. Everybody here messes with you, but the higher castes do it with a government sanction. These particular blue bloods all look as lost as you did several friends ago, gazing around in varying flavors of bemusement and frustration. They glance nervously between each other and the looming buildings on either side.
Ha 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 ha.
Is Follicle the one on top of the backpack or what?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
I have a feeling one of them is gonna talk and the other one isn't.
Nope. You were wrong.
Whoa.
So you just have to keep them apart. This music's really good for them. With a hot jolt of adrenaline, you realize you aren't the only person hiding in a pile of garbage. There's someone else. Two someones, actually. What you initially take as one large, lumpy troll resolves on a second glance into two smaller trolls, a girl and a boy. The girl is clinging to the boy's back like a very greasy sloth. It looks like a pretty precarious position in your opinion. You've recently become an expert in falling down. They are both skinny and stringy, and damn, you thought that smell was from the garbage, but it might be them.
Lol, Blue's just busy living their pathetic lives. Walking out of the hives. Are they gonna rhyme the entire time?
I hope so.
Straight into our trap. Idiots never see. I don't know how the fuck. How should I?
I don't know, just pause.
Idiots never see it coming.
I think the sloth thing is continuing the whole, like, it takes a second.
Oh, yeah, I could do, like, kind of a deeper, slower.
Like slothy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ask if they mean the trolls out on the street. Probably you should just mind your own business, but when the fuck have you ever done that before?
Yeah,
yeah, that's true, isn't it? Also, it's nice to see someone besides you getting mocked for once. You kind of want to join in on the mocking.
Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you?
I asked you first.
I asked you second.
Where do you come from? A trash creature! Born out of the trash!
These children are messed up. Well,
relatable.
So much for not getting mocked. These two are probably equal opportunity mockers, though. They mock everyone, kind of like Polypa had been with murder. They keep sniggering. You can't help thinking you are being called out. What are we gonna do?
I'll take it lying down. We're cowards.
Okay. You never thought about what a weirdly sexual idiom that is. Regardless, regardless, you decide to swallow your protests. Hey, that's pretty sexual also. Thanks, English language. You don't want to start out a friendship with hostility. If you'd had parents, they would have told you that two wrongs don't make a right. You could argue it isn't worth trying to befriend people who open with insults, but that's just how people are here. You gotta roll with it or get out of town. And since you literally can't go anywhere, you'll just roll. And you really, really want more friends.
Especially once it smells like garbage.
Yeah. Addiction is a powerful thing. Yeah, Homestuck meme. You admit that you don't have a lussus and that you are pretty used to insult these days. You include an affected shrug to demonstrate just how easily everything rolls off your back. You add in a contrite little kick at the pavement and hang your head, even if you aren't quite sure what you did wrong.
Whoa, resting dogs on their own damn self.
Oh, okay. Took me a second.
This is just how I am as a person now. Don't have to do shit. This could be kind of relaxing for us.
The girl turns her weird spidery face towards you.
It is kind of weird and spidery, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You should come hang out. Wait. What? You want to hang out with this bottom feeder? This is the garbage children. They look like a huge drag. I already have enough dead weight with your ass to drag around.
Oh man, you really hit the jackpot with these guys. 2 friends for the price of 1.
You're making me do all the weird voices. To answer your earlier question that you may have forgotten you asked. Kepram hacked their Palmha's GPS to bring them down here. Idiots can't do shit with their fancy tech. It's true.
The Blue Bloods are all arguing now. Somebody throws a punch. You figure it'll be a good prank if a little mean-spirited. Follicle stops yanking at Coopram's hair and looks at you.
Wow, you really are pretty basic. Hey, Coopram.
She gives his hair another yank like it's Reigns and he's her horse.
She's kind of creepy.
Yeah, she really is. Oh, I'm like, are you gonna read it? It's mine.
No.
Coopram grins, showing a bunch of big, blunt teeth. Those don't look blunt at all. He raises a hand that cackles with white-hot energy. Your stomach clenches and your feet leave the pavement just enough for your toes to drag along the ground as you float over to them. For a few seconds, you have zero control over your body. Coopram lets you go and you land hard enough on your heels to make your ankles twinge. One of the flickering streetlights shines down on Fuckle's face. What you had initially taken as deep-set eyes are actually no eyes. They are black holes in her face. It looks super creepy and also super painful.
Yeah, so what? Oh, she can read your mind. You think I would just have eyes like some kind of normie?
You would never accuse her of that. That isn't really a word you have in your lexicon.
Well...
He keeps doing that, saying the word instead of laughing. It's actually a hell of a power play.
Goddamn idiot doesn't know how to case of void rat when they see it. I was like, what is vidriot? But void rat.
Void rat.
It's a compound word made up of 2 smaller words to make a single larger one.
You sure did explain that.
Yeah. English lesson for today. Have you never met a gold blood before?
You have, but they aren't sure if... But you aren't sure if Saravas counts. They're an internet celebrity for one thing. For another, they have eyes. Well, one eye. And the other one wasn't lost to void rot, whatever the hell that is. You wonder if it's why she's on top of Coopram. He's some kind of combination steed and seeing eye dog.
Void rot means my body doesn't retain energy like it's supposed to. Just look it up on Google. It means I'm dying constantly, all the time.
You almost point out that technically everyone is dying all the time, but you sense this isn't the moment for fake deep fuckery. That really sounds like it blows, though. You tell her how sorry you are.
What do you mean, why would you be sorry? You didn't do anything. Besides stand there looking ugly. Idiot thinks it makes a difference. Like what they think actually matters. Whoa. Can't wait for Trizza to take this one down to the coal field for a little R&R.
Rest and relaxation? That sounds nice, actually.
Oh, that sounds nice, actually. Rampage and rending.
Ah.
Wow, and here was me thinking we could get through a whole conversation without bringing up precious Trizza. Oh, Trizza rules. I love Trizza. I don't know if it's like, am I being obnoxious?
I think it's these characters are just really obnoxious.
That's true. Dipshit.
You rack your recent memories trying to figure out if you know what a Trizza is or who.
Trizza is basically the third member of this relationship, considering how goddamn horny you are. To get her cybernetic tentacles up in you.
Wow.
What? What? Is that supposed to make me feel bad? Sounds great, actually.
God.
You watch too much Eastern Alternian pornography. It'll be way better than sitting around with you. Always sucking me dry.
This sure is something you're witnessing right here. It must be that black rom stuff Zebra had briefly filled you in on. You cock a hip and compliment them on the obviously incredibly healthy pitch romance they got going on here. Because as everyone knows, there's nothing two people in a lover's spat like more than someone interrupting them to spout random bits of cultural knowledge. That separates them, metaphorically at least. Physically, Follicle stays clinging to Kuprum's back.
Wrong again, fuckball. We're pale. So pale.
Oh, pale. That's the nice one. The petting one, where you talk about your feelings and then don't have sex.
What? You got something to say?
Which
I don't
one?
want to say either of these things to anybody.
I feel like this one is more honest.
That's true. Might as well.
Might as well. You mentioned just offhandedly chill as hell that maybe they might have a few things they need to work on. No pressure or anything. Just, this is the sort of stuff a helpful friend does, mentions shortcomings and crappy relationship dynamics. Having friends is great.
It's great.
The light glitters on Kuprum's goggles, even as it is sucked into the black hole of Focal's not eyes. So she's just constantly eating his energy, is that what up?
Seems like it. He might be, like, producing too much.
Yeah.
You call me out!
Bitch!
You come into my hive and spout this shit.
You point out that this is a trash heap. Though you don't want to judge. He might have a trash hive.
It's a figure of speech. Kind of like go fuck yourself.
Both of them look pissed, but Kuprum looks extra pissed.
I know what this is. You're out to steal my girl. You really think you can give Full what she needs? What she craves?
He's making it sound like a fetish rather than a medical condition. Maybe it's both.
You really want to come at me, motherfucker? Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
But they're getting along well, so.
I mean, it's clearly working. The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end. That's how loud he yells. Or maybe it's the cackles of energy or crackles of energy slowly emanating from his pores and building like a sine wave. At first you think it's just you finally cracking under all the pressure, but it's really happening. The glow of white-hot electricity rolls up his arms and shoulders and into Follicle, where it travels over the length of her body and centers where her eyes should be. She shivers and let out a short, slightly lewd sound, her hands tightening Coopram's wild hair. So I guess she must be a Void player then. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right?
We could look that up.
I'm not gonna, though.
Okay.
Man, you really shouldn't be watching this. You are blushing something fierce. But, okay, you think you get what's going on. A kind of symbiosis. His energy overflows when he gets upset, and Follicle sucks up that energy to treat her void rot. He is her giant battery. You remember Sarava mentioning that powerful gold-bloods have a tendency to get harvested for their energy. Maybe Coopram is one of those powerful psychics.
She is a potential hero of Void and Durstplay. Which is Trizza's gonna chew him up and spit him out. Then I'm really gonna have to find another sucker to leech off of.
Follicle's looking at you, considering. Well, you aren't actually sure if she can see you. Definitely not with her eyes, since she doesn't have those. Maybe she's like a cricket. Don't they hear with their legs or some horse shit like that?
What? This guy? Please. Sure, why not? I'm getting sick of your shit anyway.
Oh god, are they breaking up right in front of you? Oh god!
Oh.
Follicle crawls down off of Coopram's back and starts across the filthy alley floor towards you, scuttling and Bud Light. And now instead of yelling, Coopram is sniggering. Actual laughter, not lulls. That's a good sign, right? It's great when friends can laugh together, especially when shit gets awkward.
You think you can power me the way I need?
Absolutely
I think
not.
this is supposed to be like clicky, like Japanese ghost sounds.
Yeah.
So I can sit over here just like...
Like The Grudge.
Yeah.
Whoa. She's right in your face. She really needs a shower, but you don't have room to talk. It's been a long time since Tagora's ablution trap. Besides, judging someone based on their personal hygiene is shallow, right? It's what's on the inside that counts. Yeah. You're sure that's the sort of thing that makes you deep? Seriously, you have so much love to give. Friend love is what you are all about. Maybe this is what all the desperation has been leading up to. The slow raising of your friendship level in order to reach this peak of unbelievable bro power. To free this young gold blood from a codependent relationship, you've been conditioning your body, putting it through its paces, building up a tolerance to bullshit and just bathing in metaphorical resonance. Follicle kisses you. Wow! That is friendly. Lots of people kiss their friends, you're pretty sure. Maybe? Yeah, you are super progressive. This is fine. You sort of wish that the first alien tongue you've had in your mouth didn't taste like Cheetos, but you can't have everything in this life.
Honestly, if Cheetos aren't the worst thing that it could possibly taste like. I wouldn't want something to taste like Cheetos, but also Cheetos.
It's the implicating of a tongue tasting like, a tongue shouldn't taste like that.
No, it shouldn't. I'm not saying like it's good, but you do willfully eat Cheetos, so that's like better than other things you wouldn't.
Better than dog shit, yeah.
You wouldn't choose to put in your mouth, right? Like,
yeah. But
it's not what you want, but it's,
Yeah. But holy shit, you're doing it. You feel a rush of energy flow through you, lighting up your whole body and pouring into Focal, filling her to the brim with the power she needs. The power she craves. God,
Oh, she's gonna
you are
kill
the
you.
best friend ever. It's you. You rock. You seriously.
Well,
So focal as in focal point, right? And
yeah, I
cuprum,
guess I mean,
cuprum is probably a science thing, right?
probably.
Are
I don't know.
that's you.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
The best.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, son of a bitch. You feel something warm on the back of your neck, and Cuprum is giggling right next to your ear. Somehow, while you were busy kissing his girlfriend, he snuck up from behind and started kissing you too. Oh, this is weird.
These guys are kinky. It's kind of
And they're covered in trash.
yeah.
While more just putting his mouth on you and moving his tongue around. He must be feeding psychic energy into you, which Focal is sucking out of your mouth. There's using you like goddamn copper wire. You could maybe be into it if you weren't behind a dumpster. And if you were looking for anything more than some good old-fashioned wholesome friending.
Cuprum, fuck off. Wait, wrong voice. Cuprum. Don't help. You aren't involved in this.
Cuprum is still laughing, and he's added the lulls back in, which you like even less when they're pressed against your neck. He steps back. No, you just calm down. He steps back, and the flood of energy lets up. You go from feeling like a light bulb to feeling like a steadily deflating balloon. Focal kisses you again. It still tastes like Cheetos, but also like dying. Like your entire body has been placed in a juicer and a giant is squeezing down. Your muscles twitch and drool drips out of the corner of your mouth.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so I guess we died. Focal must be the only thing holding you up because when she steps back, you slump to your knees, then go down on your side. Your fall is broken by some old rotten fruit. Cool.
Cool.
Focal stands silhouetted against the streetlight in all her greasy glory.
Thanks, Normie. That'll hold me for maybe like the next 15 minutes. And you're dead.
And we died. This is troll hell. A fog closes in on you as you lie on that filthy pavement. Is it the fog of death? Or just impending unconsciousness? You don't know. One thing is for sure, though. It is not the fog of impending friendship. Okay. Well,
That seems...
we have to... Did I save? I didn't save.
Alright, that's alright. So anyways, Cuprum is apparently a Hope player.
Oh, I guess Hope and Void, right? That makes sense. Should we choose this option, or should we choose the next option different?
Let's choose stick up for yourselves.
Oh, well, that was a game over. I forgot to turn it off. Let's not stick up for ourselves then.
Okay. Apparently Cuprum is an alternative spelling of cuprum, which is the Latin name for copper.
Ah, that makes sense. Take it lying down. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I think we have to say that they're in a stable relationship.
Oh yeah, they're super stable.
It's the best.
Right? Glad you understand.
You don't feel great about this. It's not cool to tell lies, especially not to your new friends. But it's also not cool to neg your rad new friends' relationship, especially when you don't know how the fuck any of this stuff works. Honestly, you should probably come up with some sort of mnemonic for just how little you know about anything at all. You don't know what that means. YDKWTM. You'll workshop it.
Well, you actually seem okay. Obviously a huge normie freak. But okay.
I mean, I think everything is normie by this
Yeah.
standard.
Yeah, once you like set a certain like once your perspective is kind of shifted, the only thing you have really is like the rest of the population, which is everybody.
Which is everybody. You wonder what kind of people Cooper has been hanging out with if he thinks you look normal. At this point, you're... what? Dressed in a bathrobe, sunburned, slathered in sparkly lotion, and probably a bunch of other stuff you can't remember right now? His friends must look really wild. You hope whoever these friends are will be your friends too. You aren't picky about looks. The group of blue bloods out on the street, maybe they could use some friends too? You're getting the vapors at just the thought of all these potential connections. You start around the dumpster to find out. Cooprum grabs the back of your shirt.
Where do you think you're going? Idiot tries to make decisions for themselves. The decisions are bad. Nobody's fucking surprised. Lol.
You point out very respectfully that all these people look pretty lost and confused. You assume the prank is over now. Everyone can shake hands and go on as friends. This is idiotic, considering what you have learned about Alternia up until now.
Not a prank. This is war. It's not over until all of them are dead or crying.
Fair enough. Well, okay. As long as you aren't the one dead or crying. None of the High Bloods look too close to doing either, though. They are standing in a clump in the center of the street, nervous, but fine. This is just a minor inconvenience, like a flat tire or a spilled cup of coffee. They have been lured into the slums by some greasy nerds, but Follicle and Cooprum don't seem to plan on doing anything besides watching and giggling. One of the blue bloods, a smallish girl with a cerulean symbol on her hair clips, is standing a little apart from the group, furiously texting.
That feeling when a dirty blue bug girl starts losing her cool. Should have known one of them would crack.
You aren't sure what's going on. Yes, sir. Still not great.
Wriggler is calling the damn drones as voices. Usually High Bloods wouldn't go running to them like that. Don't want to admit Low Bloods got one over on them. When you get owned, fucking own it. Own it.
That could go on a t-shirt. Follicle and Cooprum seem bummed that their little prank is going to end so fast and with so little damage done. But isn't that the point of a prank? That everyone gets out of it relatively unscathed? Anything more and it becomes an assault.
Oh, we wouldn't want that.
Overhead, there's a whir and a clank. Loud, but not loud enough to prepare you for the damn flying bus coming in for a landing out on the street. Holy shit! You don't think you've ever been so excited about public transportation. You are confident that continuing your ramble across this alien world is the best thing for you, but gosh, it would be nice to rest your feet for a little while. Even better, none of the trolls getting on the bus seem to have any money or travel passes. Perfect! You don't have any of those things either. You start around the trash pile again, and this time 2 pairs of ham grab onto the back of your shirt.
Dude, where the hell are you going?
You quickly explain that you want to catch the bus before it takes off again. You have no idea how long it will be before another one arrives. Follicle and Cooprum look at you like you're crazy. Well, Cooprum looks at you and Follicle looks kind of off over your shoulder. Can you call it looking if someone doesn't have eyes?
Listen, I know we make jokes about the intelligence of everybody around us. It's just our thing. But you are actually mentally handicapped. You can't just get on a chartered scuttle buggy. That's for cerulean and up, maybe teal if they got a death wish.
Oh, this damn hemospectrum thing again. You really need someone to sit you down and explain exactly how all of this works. Preferably without calling you an idiot the whole time. Or hitting on you. It's
Unlikely.
just seems so arbitrary. At least the oppressive power structures from your planet make sense. Well, no they don't actually. but you're used to them, which makes them much better and more acceptable. You hang back as all the blue buds get on the bus. It occurs to you that even though it was their prank that lured the blue buds down here, Focal and Cooprum had to watch it all unfold from behind a dumpster. They don't dare do anything head on. Not that you support just randomly attacking people in the street, but it is kind of fucked up that only a certain kind of violence is acceptable aimed at a very specific direction. Judging from how easily Cooprum picked you up with his brain, he could hold his own in a fight no problem. The bus takes off, blasting a backdraft that rattles the empty cans and crumpled bits of garbage in the gutter. Stillness descends on the alley. Wow, that was anticlimactic. Cooprum said they were calling the drones, but a bus came instead. Maybe calling the drones can mean a whole bunch of things, like calling 911 can be to report a robbery, assault, or someone's leg falling off. Or that's what you think until you hear the distant but quickly closing pound of giant footsteps.
Fuck. Time to go.
Focal wraps her arms more securely around Cooprum and he takes off. Like, literally takes off. At first you think he's wearing these shoes with the little wheels on the bottom, the kind kids wear to crash into stuff at the mall. But no, he's hovering a half-inch off the ground. You have to run to keep up with him, and your steps are distressingly loud on the pavement. A familiar weightlessness shoots through your limbs, settling in your guts. Energy crackles around you, picking you up off the ground and pulling you along behind them. He has enough power to float both of you at once, all the while carrying his girlfriend on his back. You don't know much about psychics, YDKMAP, but that is pretty damn impressive. The three of you round a corner and you forget all about being impressed because you are too busy freaking the fuck out. You were so busy worrying about the drones coming from behind you that you did not consider the possibility of one closing in from the front. This one is smallish, but it's still a lot bigger than you, and a lot spinier, and a lot more endowed with dangerous lasers. And it's focused on the three of you instead of someone else. You, Focal, and Cooprum make a similar noise. It goes a little bit like, I'm gonna smash you. The smash at the end comes from Cooprum picking all three of you up with his brain and tossing you just as the drone shoots a laser out of its torso. It blasts the pavement where you'd been standing into craggy, smoking chunks. You tumble feet over ass into the alley wall. A concerning pain twinges through your healing ribs, but you are just so used to injuries at this point you barely wince. What's more concerning is Focal. The blast rips her off of Cooprum and sends her in the opposite direction, against the alley wall with you. She immediately curls into a ball like a pill bug with a lot of hair. She doesn't respond when you ask her if she's okay, and you aren't sure if you should touch her. You shouldn't move injured people, right? Especially not injured people with void rot.
I'm fine. I'll live. Oh, fuck.
The drone had a 50-50 chance of coming in your direction instead of Cooprum's, and surprise! It did. It moves altogether way too fast for something that size. Aren't big things supposed to be slow? That's what video games taught you. Video games wouldn't lie, would they? Fuck. Shit. Hell. You've come all this way, dodged so many dangers, and made so many friends, and now you're just gonna get lasered by some huge spiky robot monster thing. Are they even robots? They kind of look organic, but so do, like, the couches here. But you digress. It's going to kill you. But instead of dealing you a quick fatal blow, the drone stops in the center of the street. Its big, ugly head swivels towards Follicle. Oh god, I don't know if it's Follicle or Focal.
It's a collection of letters that have no business being in one word, so I think either
Yeah.
is fine.
Is it possible you found someone more callable than you are? Alternia definitely doesn't seem like a great place for the weakest link. As usual, you are next to useless. All you can do is watch as the drone takes heavy steps towards her. Desperate, you kick a nearby trash can. You shout, you make as much noise as you can, trying to draw its attention. Once you have it, you aren't sure what you're going to do with it, but you aren't worried about that right now. The drone grinds to an uncertain halt. Its head slowly turns towards you, then back to Focal. It can't make up its mind. Should it go for Void Rot or the noisy asshole? Always a good question.
That's an important one to consider.
Yeah. You look around for weapons while it's frozen in indecision. There's nothing here but empty bottles and tiny pieces of concrete. You really are a worthless wreck. Your new friend is about to get stomped or blasted or kicked with a giant metal leg, and all you can do is hop around like a maniac and smash a trash can. Fuck. Luckily, for once, you aren't the only one here. Your new friend already has a friend. You're really friend crashing here.
I rise!
Cooprum doesn't screw around. He raises up on a wave of crackling power, attacking the drone by, well, basically just by putting his hands on its big ugly head and discharging as much energy as possible, frying whatever brainstem the thing has. You try to be at least a little bit useful and drag Focal out of the way of the drone just as it falls. But it doesn't fall, it just shuts down. The evil red glow of its eyes dies and it goes still. It becomes just a giant, ugly statue of an alien robot in the middle of a filthy street. Cooprum drops like a rock and before he's even out of the air, he's on his way to Focal. He shoves you out of the way.
Fol, are you okay? Please say you're okay. What the fuck, Fol?
What the fuck, Fol? Focal buries her face in Cooprum's chest, her two little fists clinging tight to his arms. Her shoulders rise and fall. She's taking huge breaths like she can't get her lungs to work right. Do trolls even have lungs? They probably call them something weird. Respiratory sacs. Breath glands. Suck sphincters. And just like that.
Fine. Suck sphincter? None of those are actually,
Yeah.
using the right... Idiot. Like, you can't just replace biological terms with other, different biological things, you know?
You know, a lung is a sphincter.
A lung is not a sphincter.
You had a snide comment all ready to go, concerning appreciating your loved ones while you can before that big metal monster comes and squishes them, but sitting here watching Cooprum hold Focal like he never wants to let her go? Well, all your styness drains into a puddle at your feet. You don't know them. You don't know their life. Their relationship might not be the healthiest, but honestly, whose is? You've seen some really bad shit both here and back home.
Hey. You okay, dork?
Yeah, you really are. Thanks to them. Friendship.
Friendship.
Third wheel.
Third wheel.
Well, that was fun and that was, I think, one of the most interesting relationships that have been pulled out recently.
Yeah, and we got to be part of some sort of weird, fetish.
Weird pale fetish.
Yeah.
It was awkward. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hopefully the next Hive Swap will come out pretty soon, and we'll be playing that for you next time on Fish Tank.
Sounds good.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.